Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast. My name is Coach Scott. I'll be your host today. Yes, I know there's no intro music today. There will also be no outro music today. I got to tell you guys, don't ever put all your data onto one hard drive, external hard. So I have this little external hard drive. I don't know. It's like a trillion gigawatts of whatever. Plugs into the USB on my laptop. Had to go watch the baby the other day. Picked up the laptop. Left the external hard drive plugged in. You guys know where this is going, right? Put it on top of the laptop. Was balancing it on the way up, just trying to get up to the baby. And when I hit the top stair, it came unplugged. I must have tilted the thing. It came unplugged, and the external hard drive fell to the ground and smashed on the floor. And it didn't shatter or nothing. And actually, I thought it didn't. I didn't even think it hit very hard. But when I plugged it back into the USB, nothing. 285 audio podcasts, video data like you wouldn't believe, stuff that I'm working on, files upon files. This thing I've always said, almost every week I would say, I look at it and I go, I should back this up. Even if I just did it once, I should back this up. Did I back it up? No, I didn't. Tons of data are lost. I would say lost. I'm cautiously optimistic. I took it into the geeks, our own kind of local geek squad. It's not the geek squad, but it's like other geeks. And the guy said, he seemed cautious. He was cautiously optimistic as well. He's like, I got to crack this thing open. There's an issue with the soldering, and I could send it away. I don't know. They're going to send it probably to like some FBI lab or something. Anyway, the fact of the matter is I don't have my data. I don't have a lot of the stuff that I use to produce the show. So this is kind of going to be a bare bones one. So we'll see how that goes. Guys, I'm so excited about Team Ordinary. I am so excited. You see my shirt? I'm just going to be repping the shirt and the hat from now going forward. And I tell you, when we started this thing, Stefany and I was like, we'll order like 100 shirts and 100 hats, and we'll just see. Maybe I'm a little concerned that I'm going to have tons of stuff left over, and maybe like a dozen people will do it. Oh, what's going to happen? And in 3 days, we now have 51 people registered for Team Ordinary. So I just got to say thank you to everyone who's registered, everyone who's been involved. This thing just keeps growing and growing, and I love it. It is such a great support system here. And you guys are making it happen. You guys are making it happen. And, Steph and I and Sam, we've put together a lot of packages and sent them as gear packets and sent them out. I've been at the post office 3 times in the last 3 days. They're getting to know me, which is a good thing. I mean, 51 people in 3 days. It's beyond what I thought we'd get for a year. So I am thrilled, and I really kind of hope this keeps going and keep some momentum here. Keep on building this sucker. It's you guys are building it. You guys are making it what it is. So I just thank you. I thank you so much, all of you, for all your help and all of your contributions. Now, a couple things to note. This is what you get. I want to kind of be clear about this so that people know what they're getting and what they're doing. Right now, you can go and you can register to be part of Team Ordinary. You go onto the website, teamordinary.com. There's a couple of things that you can click there that'll get you to the shop, which will let you purchase your membership. The questions that I'm getting. So what do you get? You get the gear packet, number one. The gear packet is a hat, a shirt, a cinch bag, a sticker. It's just good stuff. You're going to wear all this stuff out, and you're going to see other people wearing it too at races. I guarantee this is going to happen sometimes. We've actually already had it happen. But you also get a profile page at the website. Now, some of you guys have registered, but you haven't submitted a profile. Now, whether or not that means you're working on it or you don't know it's there. Either way, I just want to let you guys know. Make sure that you know. So you have to go on to the, look at the athlete profiles page, and at the bottom of that page is a link to a form that you fill out, and then it's a manual process, so I'm going to read it because I don't want people to just upload stuff, even though I trust all you guys. I just want to read it to make sure there's nothing crazy on my website. We're going to upload that, but I'll create your page, your profile page. You can adjust that page whenever you need to. Whenever you feel like it's out of date, you can do that as many times as you want. Just don't do it every day. That would drive me insane. And then you can submit a picture too if you want a picture on the profile. But there's no way to submit a picture through the website. There's got to be a way. I should look into that. But if you want, just email it to me or contact me on social media somehow, and we'll get that straight away for you guys and get your profile set up. And also, we have the race schedule. It's like a commingled race schedule for everyone who signed up for Team Ordinary. So go to the race schedule page, and again, there's a link at the top, and one by one, you can go and enter your races in. Now, look, some people have asked me, what kind of races? Do I put every race? Do I put just my big races, my A races? And the answer is that's up to you. I'm willing to do the work on my side, and that's in manual upload as well. I am totally willing to do the work on my side. The more races, the merrier. And I think that if by adding all of your races, it increases the chances of you running into a teammate at a race, or someone might be looking and saying, hey, I want to do a race this weekend. What's out there? What can I do? And then they search the schedule. Hey, look. Someone's racing here from Team Ordinary. I'll do that race, and maybe I can meet up with them, and we can help each other out. That kind of thing. I'm really looking forward to this. If you can't tell, I am amazed by the support that you guys have shown to this project, and I can only hope for the best. I said anyone who trains for a race and then goes and participates in that race, and they've worked hard, they deserve 1 million people to cheer for them. Right now we're at 51. So we got a long way to go to get to my million. We will get there. I'm telling you, we're going to get there. And every time I say it, it's just a little bit more straight-faced. A little bit more straight-faced. The first time it's kind of giggly and laughing. I think it could happen. Let's get to work. Let's go. Let's do this. That being said, here is this week's list of racers this weekend from the team. Now, Saturday, Belvi had talked about this race. It's a 55K, and I'm going to just totally blow up the name. I think it's Canyon de Shelly. It's Chelly in Chinle, Arizona. Is that right? Chinle? You guys that live there, you'll know. Belle was going to do this race. Now, she hadn't necessarily told me specifically that she's not, but I think I read that she had to back out of it. So, Belle, let me know if I'll reach out to you too. But I need to wish you good luck just in case you are doing it. And if you are, I can't wait to track you and watch how you do. 55K is no joke. The big race day this weekend is Sunday. Along with it being Ironman Kona Day, which is a day that I kind of sit in front of the TV and watch for like 8 hours. People just crushing Ironman Kona. This is the pros. This is the World Championship. I love watching. I love the coverage. I love all that stuff. It's a day that if you're a triathlete and you participate in Ironman, especially, you want to park yourself in front of the TV. I'll be doing that. Along with that, there are a number of races that people are doing on the team this weekend. Boston Athletic Association Half Marathon, Stu Wiener. Obviously, that's in Boston. Half Marathon in Boston. Good luck, Stu. The Prairie Fire Half Marathon in Wichita, Kansas. Prairie Fire, I think, was a drink that we used to do in college. It's giving me the shivers just thinking about it. George Shevick is out there. Good luck, George. George has been crushing it. He's gonna crush that half marathon in Wichita, Kansas. Staten Island Half. I've never done that race, but Giorgio Zavolis, the guy's a machine. He just off of Ironman Maryland, going to go crush the Staten Island Half with Mary Kelly. Mary, I just spoke to you for the first time this past week. She joined the team. Very excited to have you. I believe she's a nurse, and I should check her bio. I'll check her athlete profile. But good luck, Mary. I hope you guys might be able to. This is what I'm talking about. You guys might be able to kind of hook up there, and maybe you'll even both have your Team Ordinary shirts on. That would be awesome. I think the big one this weekend, though, obviously participation-wise for us, is the biggest, and the biggest distance race is the Chicago Marathon. Four of my absolute favorites running Chicago this weekend. Nick Doe, he's going to be sporting his Garmin Vivo Active watch that he won in a raffle from Ordinary Marathon earlier this year, as sponsored by Ascension Multisport. Thank you, Ascension and Nick over at Ascension. Danielle Rose Valley, who we had on the podcast a couple weeks ago, she has been all over the place. Ironman Mont Tremblant, out to Berlin Marathon, now to Chicago Marathon, and I think this is just the start. She's also doing MCM in a couple weeks. Mary O'Connell, Mary's going through some struggles. She got a little banged up. She took a fall the other day, and I think her ribs are an issue, but I think she's going to give it a go. So Mary, we wish you the best of luck. Give it hell out there. I know it's not the most ideal conditions running with pain, but you've worked really hard for this, and you deserve it. So give it hell. Marvin Fitzgerald, he's another one. He's got some things to prove for himself out there, and he's been working really hard almost every day. I see Marvin posting runs, and all four of you guys, I'll be tracking all of you. I'm excited for each and every one of you. Like wholeheartedly. I can't wait. It's a big weekend for us. Just a huge weekend for us. Now, moving off topic from there, I was on a podcast a couple days ago. We recorded a podcast with Melissa Kahn and Shannon, your last name I'm never going to remember. I should be more prepared. The Run for Your Life podcast. I love these guys. They're awesome. And we were talking a little bit about sort of the new endeavor here, the Team Ordinary. And particularly, we started talking a lot about coaching. And you know, this is like my new thing, right? I've been a coach now for 3 months, coaching 2 athletes to Marine Corps Marathon in 2 weeks. And I have one guy doing New York City this year as well. And the guy doing New York City is crushing. I don't want to say your name here, but just because I don't know if you want me to talk about your training, but he's crushing it. He's destroying it. Super proud of him. And then Stefany and I, they're a little banged up, and you know, they started their training a little bit late. We've been working them really hard, and now we have little soreness issues. Stefany got a little sick. The training has kind of fallen off the wheels a little bit, but I think they can still do it. So we're working on our long run this weekend, and I think they can still do it. It'll be a very big accomplishment for both of them. Anyway, so we were talking about coaching. And I wanted to talk about this a little bit because I do have this incorporated in Team Ordinary. And some people have asked me, hey, if I join Team Ordinary, does that mean I have to use you as a coach? Does that mean I have access to you as a coach? What's the deal? And the deal is this. It's sure, you can ask me questions. Absolutely. Just talk to me, conversation. That's absolutely fine. If you're in Team Ordinary and you have questions, that's fine. If you want to train with me as your coach, that's a little bit separate. That's something else. You don't have to do it. It's not a requirement of Team Ordinary that you use me as your coach. Not at all. In fact, a lot of the initial people, they have their own coaches. Some of them are really awesome people that I love too. So no, there's no requirement that if you join Team Ordinary that you have to use me as a coach. In fact, I struggle sometimes conflating the two, because Team Ordinary and my coaching, they're separate but equal. You know, they should be a little bit separate. Now, if you notice on the website, I do have coaching all the way to the right. So it is available. It is available. And you guys can call me. Typically the way this works is virtual coaching is a very strange thing for a lot of people. It's new. It's some people are like, hey, if I'm going to hire a coach, I want them to be there. And that's cool. That's awesome. If you can do that and you have a coach near you and they're going to evaluate things like your swim technique and your swim form, and they're going to be with you and go on runs and bike rides, that is cool. That is cool. I get it. What do I offer from virtual coaching? Number one, we're going to talk. There's going to be a lot of communication back and forth. We're going to analyze your goals. We're going to analyze your fitness. We're going to put you through some tests. We're going to create a plan, a training program. Now, some of you guys know Training Peaks. It's software for training. Basically, the way that works is that the coach uploads your training plan, your activities, your training activities to Training Peaks, to a calendar, and then every day you go in there and you figure out what you got to do, and then you do it. You fill it in, and you get a little green dot if you did it, and it's a red dot if you didn't. And obviously, the goal is to have as many green dots as you can. That way, the training schedule progresses, nice and easy. Now, I'll tell you what that does for a lot of people. And the way I put this and we talked about this on the podcast, for the Run for Your Life podcast, is, when I was a kid, we used to have football practice daily, baseball practice daily, especially in high school, right? Practice was daily. And you were, if you were on that team, you were committed to it, and you had the discipline to show up every day. And the more you show up, the better the results are going to be. You're going to get more playing time. you are going to be better prepared to win games, right? And there's no difference here. There's no difference between training and that kind of stuff. And sometimes, real life progresses and things change, and all of a sudden you don't have that discipline anymore. Hey, maybe you got to take your own kids to practice, and that's the problem. But the discussion here that's going to happen, the communication that goes back and forth, is we're going to find that discipline. We're going to find that routine that fits for you. And then we're going to take those little time frames that you have available for training, and we're going to fill those up, and we're going to be efficient with that training, and we're going to build you up so that you can achieve your goals. And there's going to be communication back and forth. I can't stress that enough. One of the things that I noticed is one of the things that a lot of coaches do, and I call them the cut and paste coaches. Because when you sign into Training Peaks, there's a database of tons of workouts. Here are all these workouts, and you see coaches that will, and I'm not criticizing other coaches. I'm talking about my own. Well, I guess I am kind of criticizing, but they cut and paste, cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste. And I feel like coaches that do that are doing it's not for me. Let's just say it that way. It's not that they're doing a disservice. There's certainly, hey, look, you got a lot of athletes to coach, and that's the way you want to do it. I'm not going to, if it works, it works. I don't do that. Each workout for me is an opportunity to have communication back and forth with the athlete. It's an opportunity for you to grow in a different way, and it should be tailored. That's what you're paying for. It should be tailored to you. And yeah, I maybe I'll get ideas for workouts from cut and paste, but I'm not a cut and paste coach. I want to work with you one-on-one, and I want to make sure that you stay disciplined. I want to make sure you stay focused. That's the deal with coaching. And that's, I think, kind of what I bring to the table. Because one of the questions was, hey, Scott, you don't have an MBA, a master's degree, or a PhD in kinesiology. You don't know, what makes you qualified to coach? And that's a great question. And I've had two people ask me that question. And really, they've asked me, it wasn't a rude question. It was sort of a, what are you going to do when people ask you this question? What's your answer going to be? And so I want to talk about that for a second, because I think it's a good question. And my answer is this. I've been running now 5 years, and I've experienced a lot of things. All right. I went from 280 pounds when I started this. I was not able to run. I ran a quarter mile the first time. The first time I ran, I think I just barely ticked over a quarter of a mile. Within a year, I lost about 70 pounds, 65 pounds, and ran my first marathon. And I did it all on my own. I went couch to 5K, 5K to 10K, 10K to half. I wound up doing 2 halves, actually, because I wasn't happy with the first half. And then next thing I know, I'm at the starting line of New York City Marathon within a year. So I don't believe when people say, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't, 280 pounds, you can't run a quarter mile, you'll never be able to do a marathon. I've seen, not only have I done it, but I've seen tons of people do it. I've seen incredible turnarounds. I think the sport of marathon running has never been more accessible to everyday people. And when people see it and they see other people do it, it's like, man, maybe I can do that. And you know what? It is special. Every time someone does it, it's special. And maybe the full marathon isn't for you. Maybe a half marathon's for you. Maybe you just want maybe you need a short-term goal. Maybe a 5K is for you. Get moving. Get moving on it. That's all. You just got to start taking those steps. And the thing is, I've done that. I tell you what, you find some of those skinny coaches, they've been skinny all their lives. They don't know the adversity that you're going to deal with. They don't know that. They don't understand that. And I think that's kind of my wheelhouse. When I think about my wheelhouse and the people that I would like to coach, number one, like I mentioned, the guy I'm coaching for New York City, he is a seasoned triathlete, Ironman, multiple Ironman guy. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to help you out. He's like, I know that you can do this. I have faith in you. I trust you. And I trust you taking care of me training for New York City Marathon. And he's done awesome. And the funny thing is like, I don't, as a coach, you don't take credit for that, because, that's all him. And we talked about this with Laura. He does the work. He's doing the work. I'm merely providing the guidance. And if he didn't do the work, then it'd be another conversation we're having here. So I think experience goes a long way. And like I said, my wheelhouse, even though, yes, I can coach those athletes, and I'm proving it to myself too, because that's as a self-confidence thing, that matters, right? There's a fear here, right? When you start something new, there always is. There's a fear that you do something wrong, that you lead someone the wrong way. But I've done this before, and I know my friend's done it before, and we're able to kind of get this, and it's given me this really great experience, and it's given me this really awesome confidence. So yeah, I can handle top-notch athletes. I can. Can I do a Couch to 5K program? Absolutely. I've done that. I've been there. I've gone, from 280 pounds to full marathon to Ironman. And it's an amazing experience. And if I can help, I feel like in one way, I feel like if I had the guidance, and I had guidance from different sources, of course, you can't really do this on your own. Ramon Burmo and American Cancer Society helped me out so much in my marathon training. I tell you, that first Ironman I did, that was all me. That was all me. And it was all learning things on the fly, figuring it out, figuring out my training, working hard, and doing it. And that was crazy. But I've been there, guys, and I've done that. And if you want someone who's going to care, and someone who's going to know, and someone who's going to talk to you and be there, which is super important. Probably the most important thing from my eyes is when you start wavering, when you start missing workouts, when you start, hey, I'm having a bad time. I'm suffering here. You need to kind of get that. You need to kind of gather. You need to have someone there to help you out. And I think so for you new runners, for you people who are struggling with training, I think that's a good spot for me too. That's a good sweet spot. And lastly, the third sweet spot that I think I really could do is I have an athletic background from high school, college, played football, baseball. I'm going to tell that story one day, I promise. There is something that happens to most athletes. And I think what happens is you leave school. You've been playing football, you've been playing baseball all your life. And that, like I said, with that discipline, it's been there. And one day you graduate and you play your last game and it's over. It's done. It's gone. And you lose something. And I think over time, the longer you let it sit without doing anything, the longer it kind of percolates there. The more you lose touch with yourself and the person you used to be, your competitive self, your competitive nature. You lose that discipline, that self-discipline to do something for yourself. I didn't start running again seriously until I was 39 years old. That's a long period of time from, say, 22 when I played my last football game, 21 years old, until I was 39, where there's regret there, guys. There's regret that I was focused on career, at times focused on family, thinking I have no time to work out, no time to do anything. My health got bad, my weight got bad. So yeah, it's like almost those glory day athletes. I want to talk to you. I want to see if this is an engine that we can restart for you. And I for me personally, it's a spot where, like I said, I do harbor regret that I didn't get involved in something. Me and my friend Joe Caniano, who I rode, he's done his first half Ironman recently. We sat here the other day talking about how, man, where was this triathlon sport when we were just out of college? Why didn't anyone feed this to us? Like, hey, this is accessible. All we knew was Ironman, right? From TV. And that was not accessible. That's only for the super duper athletes. You looked at a marathon, and the marathon was only for top level athletes. And now you're watching ordinary people do it and accomplish it, and it can be done. And we're here to show you how. So I've put all this stuff together, and I'm like, man, this is great. I can't wait. The next best thing to crossing the finish line yourself is to help someone get there on their own. Help someone achieve that accomplishment. And watch them do it as if they're your own kid or something. It's like, you'd be proud of them. There's nothing, you don't take the credit from them, but there's nothing wrong with being proud of them. And, you know, I kind of hit my own personal max. Yes, I can do more Ironman races or more marathons and maybe do get better times and work on that. But I don't think there's ever going to be that feeling of crossing that finish line for the first time at a marathon, or crossing the finish line for an Ironman for the first time for me. That's obviously I've done that. It's come and gone. There are other goals that I may have, but right now the most accessible way for me to get that feeling of accomplishment is to show other people how to do it. So maybe that's a little selfish. I don't know. And as I share this story and I talk about this, there have been people who reached out to me, and 3 people in particular that I want to talk about today. One is Dan Demore. Dan runs a podcast called OBEAST Mode, OBEAST, and he's got a Facebook page, and he's trying to build it. And he's always been kind of active in Ordinary Marathoner, and he's been a great friend. Talking to him about this, and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna make you the official coach of OBEAST Mode." And I thought, damn, that's awesome. And I took that over to Scott Frasard from Furever Home Running. And he's like, "Dude, I'm going to make you the official coach of Furever Home Running." And I thought, wow, that's pretty awesome. When other people that you know, that you trust, that you care about, have faith in you and confidence in you to do that for you, I think it's awesome. It feels really good. And then Melissa Kahn, whose podcast I was on the other day. Now, we had talked about this with Melissa. We didn't necessarily speak. Her group, Heifer Run, I've been active, inactive, active. I always kind of like watch from the periphery anyway, because I do root for Melissa and her group, and the group is very similar. There's a lot of overlap between Ordinary Marathoner and Heifer Run. We've done races together, put together races. We did the Million Moo March we did, and we did the very first Ordinary Marathon she helped us with. It's been, working with her is awesome. It's great. And she went and she said the same thing. She's like, you know, I would recommend you to anyone as a coach. And for her to say that was really good. And, you know, we talked about maybe me being the Heifer Run official coach. I think that's going to happen. We didn't explicitly state it on her podcast. I'm going to talk to her about that, though, because that's going to happen. That's going to happen. So right out of the gate, you know, I'm sitting here with 3 clients, and I'm like, all right, I got to grow this thing. And I'm sitting here with a group of people who all of a sudden 51 people register for Team Ordinary. And I'm like, damn, that's awesome. And 3 of my closest, and you think about it, the Heifer Run, OBEAST Mode, and Furever Home Running. All of them are somewhat competitors. All of Furever Home Running less so, but they all have groups of their own, running groups of their own. And for people that I know and trust to go out and kind of put my name out there with their recommendation, it's touching for me. It is. It feels really good, really cool. So that's what we're going to do, guys. Again, you don't have to use me as a coach to be part of Team Ordinary. We are going to cheer you on all your races, get involved. We're going to do all that stuff anyway. The coaching is just an addendum. It's there if you want it. It's there, it's there as an option for you. We can talk about cost and all that stuff if you want to talk, let's talk. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. I really am. And let's get this thing moving. Let us, for those of you who have run marathons before and come from a place of adversity and that crossing that finish line, you know what it means. Let's help other people have that feeling too. I think that's the main takeaway. And again, thank you, Scott Frasard. Thank you, Dan Demore. Thank you, Melissa Kahn. You guys are great friends, so I appreciate that. Appreciate the vote of confidence. And with that, always remember, every day is an ordinary day unless you make it extraordinary. So get after it, guys. No closing music today. I don't have a hard drive. I'd sing for you, but you don't want that. So we'll talk to you guys later. Good luck this weekend.